Coming to you with tremendously sad news. The 49ers have just announced that Aldon Smith, their former pass rusher who took the league by storm in 2011 and 2012, the start of the Jim Harbaugh era, league record 33 and a half sacks over those two seasons, has passed away at the age of 36. The 49ers released this statement. Reads, "We are devastated by the sudden and tragic passing of Aldon Smith. Aldon's undeniable talent and sheer dominance on the field were on display from the moment he joined our organization, having recorded one of the best rookie seasons the National Football League has ever seen. Beyond his excellence as a player, Aldon will be remembered for his infectious smile that lit up every room he walked into. Our entire organization sends its deepest condolences to the Smith family and all who knew and loved Aldon." I'm sure that most watching this know why his tenure with the 49ers ended. There was a litany of legal troubles that eventually pushed Aldon Smith from the 49ers and beyond that out of the NFL. He played for the Raiders in 2015 after the 49ers cut him. And then he returned to the league after a 4-year hiatus and played for the Cowboys in 2020. But that was it for Aldon Smith, and it remains one of the biggest what-if stories in NFL history because of the talent that he showcased early on. 14 sacks his rookie year, 19 and a half sacks in 2012, his second season. He was on a Hall of Fame trajectory from the beginning. Obviously, that derailed, and now he has passed away. We have no further confirmed details, and you guys know that I'm not going to get into speculation, especially in a situation like this, but we can say that this is absolutely tragic, and I'm sure very, very sad for a lot of the fans who enjoyed watching Aldon Smith play for the 49ers between 2011 and 2014. This news came across just a few minutes ago. We're going to have an article up on the San Francisco Standard soon. I'll bring you updates as we learn more over time. But, I'm 38. And, anytime somebody passes away that's younger than you, I think it just hits the human side. And I didn't cover the 49ers until 2017. So Aldon Smith was no longer with the organization when I started covering the 49ers. But he played under Jim Harbaugh from 2011 to 2014. His tenure essentially mirrored that of Harbaugh's. He was drafted 7th overall in 2011 out of Missouri. Somebody who, had so many prototypical edge rusher measurements. The arm length is something that we obviously talk about, but I don't think anybody saw what he did on that field the first 2 years. I don't think anybody could have seen that coming, especially that quickly. And that 2011 49ers team, the first year of the Harbaugh era, they turned things around so quickly, in largest part because of a dominant defense and a dominant pass rush. And of course, there were the two Smiths, right? There was Aldon Smith on the edge, and then there was Justin Smith, the defensive tackle, eating up some of the double teams. And I think they both fed into each other's success. And the 2012 season was one that ended at the Super Bowl for the 49ers. That was the one where Aldon Smith had the 19 and a half sacks. His 33 and a half sacks over the course of the first two seasons of his career remain the most in NFL history. And his 19 and a half sacks are the 49ers record, single season sacks, 2012. That is a record that's going to be tough to be broken. I mean, 19 and a half sacks. We just saw Myles Garrett put up 23, but Garrett's been in the league now for nearly a decade. Aldon Smith was able to do that right out of bed, which just gives you an idea of the immense football talent at hand. So it's These ones are tough. These ones are tough because you you watch the talent from afar, and I say from afar because I was watching on TV just like I think most of you. I wasn't covering the 49ers yet. And you really, really, it's not often that you see somebody take a football field and you can immediately identify them as a Hall of Fame player. Like, this is a Hall of Fame talent. Like, just think about how hard it is to get into the NFL in the first place, right? You are part of the 0.001% of the entire population to be able to get into the league in the first place. Think about that. Then to stand out and be good in the NFL, to stick in the NFL, it's even harder. To be good, to be above average in the NFL, it's even harder. To be a Pro Bowl caliber talent, it's even harder than that. So now we've just narrowed it down to really a select handful of human beings in the entire world. And then to make NFL history without like all that much formal training, right? To go in there and notch 33 and a half sacks over just 2 seasons, that is Hall of Fame level talent. Like, that was there from the very get-go from Aldon Smith. So to see that and to remember that, and then to look up here in 2026 on the 13th of June and read that Aldon Smith has passed away, it is just so unfathomably tragic. And he died. I'm not going to sit here and go through the laundry list of legal troubles that he had. We all know that's a major, very known part of the story. That's what pushed Aldon Smith out of the NFL. And I don't know how it ties into the latest news of what just happened. So I'm not going to sit here and speculate. And we know all of these negatives, and those can be unpacked at another time. But I think that the overarching takeaway here, reporting this news and reacting to it, is just this feeling of tragedy, just this feeling of, there was so much there in 2011, 2012, I would say even up through 2014 with the 49ers. And you could have never imagined that his life would be over 15 years later. It's 15 years right now after Aldon Smith was drafted in 2011. He was 36 years old upon his passing. And the 49ers, those of you just joining us, I know that we're doing this as a live show. Those of you just joining us, this is the statement from the 49ers. We are devastated by the sudden and tragic passing of Aldon Smith. So the more information that we have, the more I will share with you. But I wanted to get you guys the news here because I'm sure this is one that will hit close for a lot of 49ers fans. An insanely fun player to watch. And he could have been one of the greatest edge rushers in NFL history. He had arguably the greatest first 2 years of any edge rusher in NFL history. I'll keep on saying it. For Aldon Smith, 33 and a half sacks those first 2 years. And you saw the 49ers mention, known for his infectious smile. I still remember that. I still remember the celebration where he'd run off the field, sit down on the bench, cross his arms, break into that wide smile. And, just because somebody had legal trouble doesn't mean that didn't have a good heart. I didn't know Aldon personally, right? I wasn't covering the 49ers yet, but actually a lot of people that knew this guy said good things about him personally. So it's a tough one to unpack now that Aldon Smith has died at age 36. And I see a lot of comments here, people saying this was my favorite player of the era. Justin Smith, Ryan Jones says, can you interview Justin Smith? He really knew him. Yeah, Justin Smith and Aldon Smith, Missouri products, rushing from the inside and from the outside, a very good tandem. And, most of the comments just sad, awful. And, I don't think that there's a better way to put it. Like, it's just awful. It's just sad. It's one of those that sometimes I think, people pass away, right? And 49ers players from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s to the 90s have passed away. You're not really used to a guy who's only 36-year old who was drafted in the 2010s passing away. That's just something that's always gonna hit you. So young with Aldon Smith. We don't have any further details at this time. We know that he slid out of the NFL due to some of the legal issues, but he was able to make a comeback in 2020 for the Dallas Cowboys. But we hadn't seen Aldon Smith in the NFL ever since then. So rest in peace to Aldon Smith. That's all that I know right now. Wanted to bring you all the news, and our condolences to his friends and to his family, and to all who knew Aldon Smith. We'll talk to everybody soon.